Good morning, everyone. Alright, today we are doing Tower of the Planets again. Yeah, so it is 7:30 a.m. for me, because, well, it's quite early for me to be up, and I went to bed at 2 a.m., but I slept really badly, and only for 4 hours, so I'm not feeling very well. But actually, I'm feeling fine, because I slept for 12 hours yesterday, so I'm on, 50% battery, and since I just woke up, yeah, you know, I should be okay for the duration of the stream. I know I sound really tired, but this is the first word I just said, good morning. The first two words is the fourth words I've spoken all day, well, since I woke up, other than test, 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 as I was making sure my mic is working. And a little test recording. Probably sound a bit more awake here in a minute. So, alright, we're not going to start the full run just yet. I would like to review what went wrong yesterday. Yeah. So what I want to practice? I'm probably going to just do this whole Jupiter part. Now, while it might be very early for me, and the people of the Mountain Time Zone and Pacific Coast Time Zone, well, Pacific Time Zone is what it's called, it's 6:30 a.m. and 5:30 a.m. respectively. I don't think a particularly high percentage of Roro viewers are from those time zones. I mean, a few are, but the highest percentages are probably Central and Eastern Time, and also Europe. Now, really, the only problem with this part, the problem with the whole tower, really, is it's not that hard. It's just so long and punishing. I'm way too nervous that I'll just make I'll miss simple, easy jumps. But I suppose that's exactly why I'm playing this, or trying to beat it for the consistency booster that it is. Yeah, so in the past two streams, yesterday and last Saturday, I think it was, I made it to this Jupiter part, and both times I failed, but it was a new PB each time. The first time, it was on that swing jump onto there, and the second time it was a truss flick gone wrong that I will get to in a minute. That I stand by, it was not my fault that I failed it, I tell ya. It was just stupid physics. Nonetheless, I think it would probably be wise if I try to do more shift and space flicks. I don't know, I usually do shift and space flicks, but I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's better to do a flick, like a flick, but as was the case with my current PB at Tower of the Planets, but then everything went wrong because it didn't work. But I will explain that a bit more shortly. Let's talk about time zones more, because everyone loves time zones. Actually, hold on. You guys watching the stream? If you want to join me in game, the link is in the description. I also put it in the chat. You'll have to scroll up a bit though. And you join Tower of the Planets, you'll get the Met the Owner badge. So that incentivizes you to join. Right. Okay. So time zones. So in summer, in like western Georgia in Eastern time. It's very broken. The sun, it's like bright outside at like 10 p.m. What's going on there? But then I realized, like, all of Europe uses one time zone. Like, from, like, as west as, like, Spain to as east as, if I remember correctly, I don't know, like, what hold on, what, I don't know, like, Poland, I think, which is, like, a very wide time zone. I mean, the whole time zone map is just completely stupid, because it adjusts for political borders, like, very strangely. For instance, we have, like, Iceland is in the same time zone as, like, Denmark, so that must be very weird. Of course, that's in the Arctic Circle, or nearly so. I don't think it is. I think it's nearly in the Arctic Circle, though. Uh-oh. So, yeah. Does that mean... Does the sun set extremely late in the summer in Europe? Probably. Right, okay. I should get back to talking about this tower. Because I should probably focus on what I'm practicing. Yeah. So remember, after I jumped down to that platform, the one just before this, the big mesh platform, right before this one, began the rising metallic hydrogen section, which needs a revamp, but that's a story for another day. Uh-oh. Alright, that's not good. Ooh, that's really not good. I'll practice this not so good scenario anyway, though. I should be okay. Yeah, it rises very slowly, so... we'll see if something like this is survivable. Keep in mind, visibility decreases as well as this goes on, as you can see. There, alright. If you can make it to this part, you're pretty much there. Nice, alright. If you follow your run-ins and it's 2 hours, it's very easy. Yeah, I can agree. Yep. Spectating doesn't work. Uh-oh. Shh. Nobody has to know. I guess I'll run this outside, like, once. Actually, should I run that outside too? I'll run, like, part of it, the hardest part of that outside. And also, this one is super easy also. This one's basically just walking simulator. And this part's netted with a huge difficulty spike. And then that's it. Alright, so that one's very easy. So I'm not concerned about that one. This part's easy with the moving part. This part is the hardest of this outside. Still, it's not even that hard. It's like intense only. This stretch that I'm playing here. But when I'm so nervous, like easy jumps like that or that wrap, easily failable. And then I'm good from there. We'll do the rest of the outside anyway. Just to, I don't know, just so I feel better. Then we'll start the real run. Oh boy. Well, actually, there's nothing to be worried about because it's not too hard to begin with. This part will be easy because that's broken and I don't know why. Alright, so let's reset. Spammer alert. Oh, you're trying to get the #1 title. Yellow. No, you can spam. I permit spamming as long as it's not too excessive. Because it's viewer engagement. Hello. Alright, let's begin, I guess. I failed, like, floor 1, like, 6 times yesterday. And then was definitely not playing at my best until, like, later in the run. So let's try not to have that happen today. Because, yeah, honestly, if you'd have asked me earlier in the run, after I'd failed floor 1, like, 6 times, I probably wouldn't have thought I was going to get a PB. But then I was able to lock in by the end, or by when I needed to, which was the moon outside. Alright, let's not do that. Oh yeah, okay, so now's the sort of time that I should be doing things to talk about while live streaming for everyone's favorite Google Doc. I mean, you know, I guess there's no... I could try doing that later, like on the asteroid belt, seeing if that, like, distracts me from how nervous I am. Oh yeah, also I did the outside correctly. So, that's good. Well, okay, this is the next floor. Floor 2 in only a minute and a half. Okay, surely this tower is only 10 times 1.5 minutes, which would be 900 seconds, which is 15 minutes. That's not too bad. Surely all the floors are the same length. Or maybe no 10k subscriber special. Face reveal at 10k. Oh, I could talk about a face reveal. Okay. I put a text wall in the Discord one time at that suggestion. Yeah, I was gonna do, like, but what am I gonna do at 10k? Which is rapidly approaching, and I have not prepared for what I have planned, which is like an obby creator building competition, or tower creator. Probably tower creator. Not sure yet, though. I think that would be fun. Face reveal, though. I'm not totally opposed to that. The main reason I wouldn't is more that, there's not really a reason that my content requires it. Take, for example, Elite Crafted Gaming. He doesn't post that often anymore, but he has like 30,000 subscribers and did lots of Ito videos at one point in like 2020 and 2021. He did like a video with face cam like one time, and then people were like, face reveal? But no, he had done a face reveal like years prior at 1,000 subscribers. So I don't want to do a face reveal too early. And 10k may or may not be. Probably isn't, honestly. Where was I going with that? But like, if I were to do a face reveal, I'd probably want to do it at like a big subscriber milestone, 50k or 100k, and like really hype up that that's what I'm doing at 50k or 100k, such that it's very well known and a memorable thing that I've done a face reveal. Like, it was pretty unknown among Elite Crafted Gaming viewers, or pretty not well known. I'd want it to be pretty well known. That, and also maybe do videos with face cam frequently, but like this you know, these SMToH videos and stuff, they just don't need a face cam, I feel like. Then again, no one else does, really, among SMToH YouTubers. So, that would perhaps set my videos apart, but who knows. We need toy free beat with face cam. I mean, yeah, I guess I'd probably just use, yeah, like, I don't know, if I were to do Tower of Inevitable Failure or something. Or this tower. Face cam could be interesting with that. But then also, I should probably, like, not roll out of bed 2 minutes before starting a live stream. Like, you do not want to see what my hair looks like when I first get out of bed. Because I take a shower right before bed almost every night. So then my hair is wet, and then it's just, like, so terrible looking in the morning. So what I do is I will either dunk my head under the sink on, like, the shower spray mode, or in the pool. It's only crazy if it doesn't work, I tell ya. Fun fact, there are actually 2 moons bigger than Mercury. The first is Ganymede, which is the biggest moon of Jupiter, and the second is Titan, the moon of Saturn. Yay! Titan is in this tower. Ganymede is not, because I did Io instead, because I thought that would be more interesting. For all the other outer planets, though, or actually, for any planet with moons other than Mars, because they're boring, I just did the largest moon. Except on Jupiter. Believe it or not, I originally thought of doing, like, I think it was the two largest moons for each planet when I was originally planning this tower. Imagine how much longer the tower would be. Probably only like 20% longer, let's be honest. But, you know. I don't think anyone is complaining about about the fact that this isn't any longer than it already is. Alright, there's music here. Alright, let me turn that on so you guys can hear it. By the way, oof sound is back. You'll love to see it. Or love to hear it, I guess. Okay. You should be able to hear that. Let me turn it down a bit. You can barely hear it at the moment because it's very quiet at the start. Heart monitor stream when? That's another thing that would be fun to set up. I just feel like it's not worth like $50 just for effectively no reason. I mean, it's interesting to see what it is, but I think we all know what it is. It's fast. The whole time I'm playing this tower, yep. Not right now, though. Okay, check the volume of my voice compared to the music. It's fine for now. If it's too loud, let me know. If you're in-game, probably say it in the game chat, because I am looking at that a bit more often than stream chat. I'm trying to look at stream chat frequently, though, sorry. Making a 60-minute tower in Tower Creator. Tips. Oh, that's probably super loud. Yeah, turn that down a bit. There we go. How's the player even alive on Venus? Because of the Doom guy spacesuit. Maybe you got the obscure illusion. You almost certainly did not, because it's very obscure. But it's the invincibility spacesuit. That's how. Am I going to continue the describing floors of towers in one word video? Or series, yeah. That and guess the Ito Tower and 5 facts are not discontinued. I just haven't made any in a while. Probably should. You know, shorts are quicker to make and can help me be consistenter with uploads. Let me turn the volume down on the music just a little bit because it's about to get louder on this part. Here you have 97 seconds to get to there, or else you get insta-killed. So, fun. Four stud rep. Yup. Nice. Okay, we can turn this back down for a while. Well, not that long, just for the duration of this outside until there's more music. The multiverse theory suggests that other universes exist. Time may not even exist in all in some of them, or may flow backward. Fun fact, Jupiter isn't real. Venus actually used to have a moon just like Terra, but collided into Venus, causing the planet to have life. I have a hard time believing that. Unless you mean it had life. Which I guess... I don't like this language. Yeah, so building competition at it's 10k subs. Don't know how I'm going to set that up, though. Also, I like how the tournament winner role in the Discord, the description in rules and info says, I host tournaments from time to time. Yeah, the last time I hosted one was back in September. And if I do this at 10k, which I'll probably hit this month, that will have been nearly a year. Probably a year by the time I actually end up doing the tournament. So, time to time means once a year. But you can also get the role now by winning requested towers, the whole tournament. Which you would think means I'd give the role to the people who've already won the previous seasons, but as far as I'm aware, they're not in the Discord. So, sad. Alright, so this is an outside. Punishing. I lose 12 minutes of progress if I fall. I'd be quite annoyed, but it's easy because I'm not too nervous yet. Because I just get here every time. Okay, did something like break lodges or something? No, I think I just didn't line this up quite right. Because it was a bit sketchy on the moon outside also. Yesterday. Wait, what do I do? I jump there, and then to the moving part. How'd you do that one swing jump on the asteroid belt? Huh. TOTP until you get fit? With the get fit challenge. Yeah, how would that one work? You know, if you've seen the Tower of Inevitable Failure video, you know what he's talking about. Oh, but it's like if you fall or rage or fail an easy jump, there's a couple more. There's like a certain exercise you do, and so I'm gonna do a video Thanos Tower. But if I get fit, the video ends. What if I do that for Tower of the Planets? Fail an outside, fall to floor 1. That's another one. But, well, floor 1 is over there, so I don't think it's really possible to fall to floor 1. But failing outside, that one happens constantly. Scary jump, I don't like that, ever. Yet I've never missed it, so... Conveyor launch spam, because I was out of gameplay ideas at this moment. And turn up the volume, because there's about to be music, again. Change OBS settings accordingly, and if I make that one jump, then we're there. Good. Should I make a TOTP guide? Yes. Let me check volume of the music compared to my voice. It is very soft. Okay. That should be better. Alright. This one's more consistent in volume. The one on Venus starts super quiet and then gets louder. A lot louder. So that's kind of annoying to deal with for streaming purposes, but it's alright. But like that part's louder. Yeah, no, still not too bad. Okay, if it's too loud though, let me know. I will turn it down. Fun fact, Earth has around a total of 1.4 billion species. That's pretty cool. Or can I submit music to SMToH, or is that allowed? Like that you made? Yes, that is allowed. Right. Yes, you can do that. Why is that not spawned? That usually is. Yeah, sometimes... sometimes, like, the unanchored parts are a bit weird. Because remember, I'm like 6,000 studs away from everything else. Because it's, like, separate, you know, because it got teleported. Sometimes that breaks, like, the unanchored parts. Well, not like this one. It's, like, held in place by a constraint, but, like, push boxes. Or, in some cases, hanging parts. There's one on Venus that used to, like, start spinning around erratically, and then it was, like, impossible. So that's why there's a reset button now, and I also nerfed it. It was when it was a moving hanging part, which it was in an earlier version, but it was, like, impossible because it was broken. Why? Whatever way Roblox decided to load it, it caused it to just start flipping and spinning around erratically, which made it essentially impossible. But don't worry about that anymore, because it's fixed. Yeah, see, like, that shouldn't already be down there, but you know what, whatever. Right now, you're orbiting the sun at 107,000 kilometers per hour. What's a kilometer? And the solar system is orbiting the galaxy at 828,000 kilometers per hour, yet you still feel still. Yeah. And the galaxy is moving, I think, too. Or is it? I don't know. I think it probably is. Why is gravity significantly more effective in Romania? Is it? I feel like that's not true. I think gravity is the least effective on top of that mountain in Ecuador. The one that's the furthest away from the center of the Earth. Because that's where you're furthest away from the center of the Earth. Because remember, Earth is an oblate spheroid, so it's wider at the center, or like at the equator, I mean. So that means really tall mountain near or on the equator equals further away from the center of the Earth than even Mount Everest. Well, that's great. I love that that just happened. And I was like 2 jumps away from the button. Alright, hopefully I'm sounding a bit more awake now, after 25-ish minutes of streaming. Probably am. I feel like I'm sounding a bit more awake, even though I have very limited battery life at the moment. 4 hours of sleep. But no, like I said, I should be good for the duration of the stream before I start feeling excessively tired. Okay, so why did the key display limit say if something seems to be broken with the settings that if you like in Tower of the Planets where it like doesn't save properly? I don't know what's going on there. Oh, it's nothing with like what it is with the data stores, but it's nothing that with your like the really important data to save, like your tower wins and stuff. That's all fine, I think. Only one way to find out. Yep. Fun fact, dividing 399 million by 14 gives you a controversial number. Do I want to try that? I probably don't. Yeah, you never know what, when the Illuminati lizard people are gonna look at your calculator history. What does 28.5 million mean? Nothing, surely. But you can buy Roro repellent for the low price of $28.5 million. Or Robux, I mean. Which is that divided by $100. So 28.5 million cents, roughly. Ah, yes, the number 28.5 million is a completely normal number. Does it have anything to do with the hit video game Eternal Towers of Hell? I think it might just. Pointless key from an earlier... It's effectively a remnant from an earlier version of this section, the Taj Mahal part. Before... I mean, you could play the tower the whole time, but that was changed before even... what you could kind of call the release, like with where the badge was now obtainable and it was playable legit. Fun fact. I love physics. Don't tell me some stupid physics update happened in the last 12 hours and now suddenly ledge grabs are, like, stupid. That totally happened, didn't it? Hey! We love random physics updates that break things for no reason and you don't discover them until 23 minutes into the run. This looks so empty. Shush. I was given the suggestion of doing reflectance parts to give this a skybox. I did that on Mars. The only thing with that is it's so obvious that's what you're doing. Like, it looks... I don't know. It looks okay. And maybe I should do that for this. But also a few times I've seen, like, a fake skybox with, like, a spherical mesh thing near inside that's reflectance. Which is actually pretty convincing as a skybox. So maybe I'll look into that in the future. But that would put all the effort I did to make these stupid clouds all not just be obviously copy-pasted. Everyone is a unique size. And, you know, most of them are 3 or 4 little circles, but... Will I do a world too? No, but there will be many sub-realms. And now for my favorite word, eventually. Oh yeah, we got the unskippable cutscene here. Alright, and this is basically the end of safety nets for a while. I mean, this timed part, like the one on Venus, is not too bad. This one's easier than that one, if you ask me. Because it's mostly walking. Or like half walking. Come on. There we go. Nice. See, I did that in only 40 seconds. Awesome. Fun fact, Earth has the 7 wonders of the world, but there is the 7 wonders of our solar system, and one of the wonders is our planet. I did not know that. Is the 7 wonders of our solar system the 7 planets, even though there are 8 planets? So who's the one left out? Or maybe it's like features on the planets, such as Olympus Mons, which is like twice as tall as Mount Everest. It's on Mars. You know what I should do? I should extend the Mars section so you have to climb Olympus Mons. Make the tower even longer. That's a great idea. I definitely should do that. You know what else I should do? I should keep talking. About stupid ideas that I'm not gonna do, because it distracts me from how much progress I'm gonna lose if I do anything slightly wrong in this stupid outside I've failed way too many times. I've failed this like 10 times, probably more. Go, 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 go. Please don't do anything funny. Okay, yeah. It's going a bit slow, but that's okay. See, ladder flicks. Those are going to be the death of me. Because they were yesterday. Not, well, truss flicks, not ladder flicks. Excuse me. We don't need that. I did nerf that jump, with the little swing. Because I failed it like 3 times. Yeah, no, I've definitely failed this at least 15 times upon further consideration of my previous claim. Wait, what did you say? I'm a remorseless player, why do I feel like this is insane so far? Because it is insane? Well, the difficulty... Really? Because the difficulty of the tower is extreme, but raw difficulty is insane. Until after Saturn, when it slowly decreases towards the end. Wow. It's really punishing, which is why it's extreme. Indeed. I don't know, I've seen people consider the gameplay as low as intense even. Probably not the whole thing. But certain parts of it. You get the fun push box. I don't know why I just called it that. Tell you what it is, it's a break from the stress of the rest of this outside, so it's nice. Then, like the very courteous tower builder I am, I put no gameplay above the net that the push box so generously provides. Or the push box section, rather. Oh great, my favorite part of this outside. Trusses. Well, we got three of them. Don't flick. Don't flick, kids. Or else you'll end up a crazy Ito YouTuber like this guy. I'm just kidding. Don't miss those head hitters. You know I did that once before. Alright, trust spam. We love trust spam. Don't flick, kids. Ooh, I didn't feel good about that. Trust flick. Alright. Oh, you know what you also shouldn't do? A thing I just did, which was tapping A and D while holding W on trusses or ladders to, like, slide along them. Unless they're, like, this is, like, a really long one, but if it's, like, near the edge, as is the case on single truss things, like the truss spam, or this thing, because then you might fail like I did earlier in the, like, I'm getting nervous, can you tell, because I'm speaking nonsense. I almost missed that jump. There's a ladder walk earlier in this moon outside. Part of that, don't flick, kids, part of that, moving morpher thingy towards the beginning of the outside. I failed that once before because funny physics just, like, slid me to the side more than I expected to, randomly. Don't flick, kids. Also, don't shift and space too far out. That's, like, very annoying that I failed doing the truss flick. Like, I'm just gonna forever fear truss flicks, aren't I? I mean, that happened, the jump I just did, that last truss thing on the moon outside, I failed that once before, too, in the same way, where I did a truss flick by flicking, and then it just didn't work. So, that's very fun. Well, safety net, so that's fun. I'll read chat in a minute. I realize I haven't in, well, I don't think since, before that outside. Alright. Is Phobos one of Mars's moons? Yes. Where are the aliens? Oh, the ancient aliens are over there. Yeah, actually, the fake skybox done with reflectance here, even with obvious edges. I mean, unless you look directly at it, which, unless the tower builder points it out, you probably won't, like, look specifically at that. Or even if you do, you're not looking at it during the gameplay, so it looks fine. Another problem, though, whether with this or with, like, a sphere mesh thing, is, like, what do I do with this at the edge of the ground where it meets the... Well, if I do a box like this where it meets the box, if I do a sphere where it, I guess, just ends, I don't know, flat earth, you just fall off the ground, something like that. Well, flat Mars, huh? Like, how do I make that not look bad? I mean, it doesn't look too bad. You have to, again, you have to look kind of specifically at it to really notice it. But, like, unless I just, like, go all out with terrain and do, like, a big mountain cliff or something. But you don't realize how hard it is to build natural-looking terrain with parts until you... How does the quote go? Until you build... You don't realize how hard it is to build natural-looking terrain with parts until you try to build natural-looking terrain with parts. I think it's that. That's my quote. Yep, I came up with that. Oh, great. Fun outside. Alright, I'll make a deal. If I reach the end of this outside and don't fall, or if I do fall, I might do this also, I will get breakfast. Because I'm getting hungry. Roro breakfast stream. That would be so great, wouldn't it? Hit the button, come on. There we go. Actually, not too nervous right now. I'm like very chill. Oh ho ho, I'm locked in. Tuning out chat, not that that's anything new. Oh. Yeah, there's like three jumps on this whole 10-minute stretch of gameplay that you can miss without losing all your progress. This being one of them, and the other 9 being over there. Come on. There we go. I'll take a break and look at chat. Hold on. It is indeed very hard to build natural-looking terrain with parts. Even if I used actual terrain, which I did some of in this tower, on, say, Mercury, still, I'd have to go, like, all out and commit to building a huge cliff or something. Please don't miss the wall hop. Thank you. Things are getting a bit crowded here. Hold on. Let me turn on invisible players. Just for the moment. I don't like some parts with the wall... Or I don't like how some part... What? I don't like how some parts with the wall hop... You mean you don't like how there is a wall hop? Yeah, me neither. I think we should all make fun of the tower builder for putting that there. You know what? I think I've turned around to the modern society's saying of lock in. Because most of such modern slang comes from the cursed blue and pink and black Eighth Note app, I feel reluctant to agree to such things, but I will allow lock-in upon further consideration of it. Scary jump, like the one from earlier that was quite similar. Don't slide on thin trusses, kids. That one's not quite as good a saying as don't flick, kids. By the way, there's a comma in that. Before you make it weird. Ooh. 2, 1, jump. Nice. Oh wait, hold on. Can I turn this back on? Yeah. Should I drone on my alt? Sure. That gives me more engagement on this game. And would boost my self-esteem seeing the player list longer. That jump is scary, because I failed it in practice, and now I forever fear I'm going to miss it in real runs. Because I failed it once in practice, yep. If I feel nervous, don't worry. I'm not even halfway through the tower. Alright, that is 2. Or 3, right? I should have, yeah, I have 4 total. And I can see that in the bottom right, or bottom left, next to the place version. And it kind of overlaps with the place version, which looks kind of bad, but whatever. I don't know if it's just on my screen, or if it's all of that UI is done with scale, which if it is, then it'll look proportional to that on all screens. Thus, it won't actually block anything, as it is down there. Be careful, because that's a bouncy X pusher. I will fix that in V31 of this game. Send it, send it, send it. There we go. I struggled with that on earlier runs, that, like, double button push thing. It's easy, but I just, like, took way too long to line up the walk around. Because, like, I really didn't want to fail, because, you know, 40 minutes of progress on the line. And, yeah. Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, I think I might need to turn that back on. It's just a disaster waiting to happen. Nervous? Don't worry, you're not even halfway there. I think I said that already. Maybe I, like, did that thing where I half make a point and then get distracted by something else. Can you blame me? Very nervous here. Jump. Slide. Don't go too close to the edge, though. Don't flick, kids. Wait for that thing to appear. There is a very easily missable sign instructing you that red outlines are moving parts. That in V31 I will improve the indication of. Yes, V31 is going to come with a big indication improvement on the on the outside, asteroid belt, as well as a fix to a soft lock that happens here if for some reason you jump back down to there before getting all the necessary medals beyond this point. It's not too much of a problem though, because why would you jump down there? And also, if you fall, you lose everything anyway. Don't die, kids. I think that's easily the best quote. Okay, technically you don't need to jump to that first one. Oh, see? That, there's no way I could have predicted that. I hate that jump, I hate that jump, I hate that jump. I've never missed it, but I hate it so much. Alright, that's 2. It says on the sign to make sure you don't, miss any. Re-chat for a moment. Fun fact is, summer 2025, Jupiter probably has over 100 moons. Okay. Says the one who made it. In the end, it doesn't even matter if you fall. Right, because I'm not even halfway there. Although I'm like 42% of the way there. Yeah, do those walk-arounds carefully. Even though they're just the same as the double button hit thing. Yeah, I like how I complain about... Oh my gosh. No. I hate the music industry, it makes my life so hard. Yup. I had so many opportunities to give you a break from all the stress with jumps over the asteroids, but I only did that like 2 times in this whole 10-minute stretch of gameplay. Remember, I built this tower. I did this to myself. Okay, here comes the 2-stud wrap spam, and also the are you locked in spam. Well, are you locked in test, maybe. Because one misread of these arrows, and it's all over. Nice. Okay, now I have all the metals. I just gotta get all the way back over there. Luckily, it's easier going back than it is coming over here. Go slow. That's the one with the smaller part to land on. Yeah. And that's left. That's right. That's this side. That's this side. That's also this side. One more. Nice. Alright. There's pretty much one more sketchy jump on the way back. Another one that I hate, but remember, I did this to myself. It's not that one. It's that. How did you playtest this and found it fun? Hey, one person that wasn't me complimented that the asteroid belt was really good and really fun. And yeah, it would be if I didn't have 46 minutes of progress on the line. Okay, you can miss that jump and you can probably land there, though it does mean doing a sketchy wraparound as punishment for failing it. And that has no safety net, except possibly that. The routing is so bad. It just needs a little indication that you go that way first, and then probably that you go that way. Well, it says that, so that's pretty well indicated. Sign, yeah. Alright, time to pay up to myself. Thank goodness I actually collected all the medals, because then I would be very annoyed. If I miss like one on that, that's a lot of gameplay to redo. And a lot more stress to put up with for no reason, really. Don't go too close to the edge, because then the game will spite me. Unless I do it like that. Don't flick, kids. I'm really wanting to flick right there, but I won't. Okay, let's just send it here. No point in waiting, except for my bride. Wait for that. And then jump right there. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. Nice. Nice, nice. Come on. Alright. Scary 1-studs incoming, but they're really not that hard. It's nothing to worry about. Nice. 1 insta-kill, very easily avoidable. Then I have a safety net for the moment. Although failing does mean doing 2 1-studs, but they're easy. But scary nonetheless. So if I could just do this fine, that'd be nice. If only it could be like a for realsies, you don't have to do 2 scary 1-studs like this if you fall. I think we should all go make fun of the builder of this tower for not doing that. Nice. Okay. It is nice to just be able to sit here. I mean, you do have to hope you don't die, but you won't. And then that's basically it. There's a few somewhat sketchy jumps, at least it feels that way, but it's really not, in what remains of this monstrous outside. Then also, if you want to be real wishful in your thinking, you could say this is after this things get easier. They don't, but you know, this is effectively the big outside. Normally that's at the end, Tower of Astral Eclipse, but here it's in the middle. Like the end of the asteroid belt is the halfway mark by some accounts, such as my own. And that account being the playthrough video, where halfway through the video was the end of the asteroid belt. And about a third of the way through the video is the beginning of the asteroid belt. The biggest thing on this puzzle part is just don't take any unnecessary risks. Just reset it up if you need to. Come on, move it. There. But it's like these just barely fall into place to where you can land the jumps. It just feels so sketchy. Like, I should be more than fine to do that, and indeed I am, but it's just, you second guess yourself so badly. Okay, gotta do that basically like 3 more times. That should definitely be possible. That probably is possible. Let me move it a bit closer. That's about as close as it's gonna get. That there to there, definitely possible. Now just go adjust this one. Line it up roughly with the blue. Though I'm remembering funny physics doing funny physics things yesterday. Not that it killed me, but it did make me uneasy, to say the least. I'll point out what it is in just a second. Ooh, you know what I almost did also? I also jumped into that, went into climbing animation, flung myself into the void. That didn't happen, but it almost did. Well, not really. It didn't really... almost missed that. Didn't really almost fail it, but I did... Yeah, see, this is what it's doing. I'm gonna get, like, flat-sided or whatever. I forget what flat-sided actually means. I'm pretty sure it's not that, though. Well, it isn't that. I think it's where it just doesn't let you jump when you do a long jump. But that's basically it. For the asteroid belt. And then I get safety nets for a few minutes. Then it's back into... pain. And just turn that slowly for fear of, like, slipping off the side of it and then falling in the void. Okay. I don't think these need readjustments. They shouldn't. Yeah, that should be fine. And then this is a set position of that, so it makes no difference anyway. Now that this is here, I'm able to do that. One more wraparound is basically it. And then 2 easy jumps. Then the unskippable cutscene, where I can take a break. Oh my gosh, I did it. Whew! Alright. Alright, I said I was gonna go get some breakfast if I did this. Yeah. Hello, River Studios. Hello there. Alright, I'm the owner. I will assert my dominance with my chat tag. Alright, what should I eat for breakfast? Definitely cereal, because that's the finest cuisine of the pantry. What do we have? We have strawberry, what are they called? Shredded wheat cereals. Yeah, those. I think we have the on-brand and an off-brand of them. But honestly, the off-brand is better, because there's more icing on them. Let's see, we also got... We do actually have Lucky Charms. Well, off-brand Lucky Charms. Fortunate pendants. So... Yeah, I think I'll go for some Lucky Charms. Actually, I think we have, like, off-brand Honey Bunches of Oats also. I might go for that. That's kind of what I'm feeling right now. Eat some eggs Benedict. I ain't spending 20 minutes preparing that. I got a monstrosity of my own tower to beat. Or probably more accurately fail on, like, Saturn or something. Okay, what's the goal point? I'm gonna say I'd be... voice crack. I'd be happy to, like, you know, it's nice when I can fail, but, like, be happy with the progress I made, not be too angry. So a point that I could reach, and that's not what I was supposed to do. Very smart. Point that I could reach and be in that position whenever I do fail would be, like, at least Saturn. Okay, good job. I'm very good at this game. And wait, I go over here. Is anyone else on a legit run in this tower? I don't think so, unless they're, like, towards the beginning. Which is honestly quite... Wait, since when were you able to do that? Okay. Well, that's nice, I guess, because I can just go down here a bit more quickly. Or actually slower, because I was commenting on how you have to wrap around that. Bro. Now I have to go all the way. Now I'd want to... Wow. Okay, now I'd want to do a Roro cereal stream, or Roro makes breakfast stream. But I don't know how I'd set that up. Use my wireless webcam that I don't have and bring it in the kitchen and make it... Did I miss one? What? Oh, I missed... Okay, apparently I missed that one. I think I just forgot about it. Okay, tell you what, I'll record Roro's kitchen on my phone. I'll have the stream muted. Oh, that's not good. That is very bad. What? Oh no. What is going on? Why is it stuck? Did it just, like... I think that's GG. I don't think I can do... There's nothing I can do about that. Except use the dev console. But then that... Why would it do that? That is so annoying. I got soft locked by that glitching out. Really don't want to use the dev console, but I might have to. I probably have to. There's no way I can make the jump. If I could just, like, jump to it, and then maybe it, like... Maybe I can, like, wall hop on that. That would be insane if I pulled that off. Oh, let me see if it even is possible to do that. Yeah, it is a horizontal seam. I should be able to. I should be able to wall hop and at the very least hit that or maybe land on it. I should be able to land on it. Yeah, I think it should be savable. Why did it stop? I must have, like, landed in climbing animation and, like, gotten it stuck. That's not even where I go. If I long jump off here, good thing this is safety netted, I guess. No, I'm not giving up this easily. I'm convinced for the moment that this is savable. And rest assured, I will fix it in the next update. Yeah, maybe not. Okay. I mean, I just have to long jump it. It should be possible. We're down to should be possible. Not I'm convinced it's possible. Yeah, no, you could definitely wall hop there. Maybe I could also, like, just get near enough to it that it, like, updates it or whatever. And, like, I don't know. Makes it realize there's a vector force acting upon it. You've tried it, it does work. Alright. a 13 stud jump? I don't want to do that. Then again, if I get flat-sided, then maybe. I mean, I can't complain about this extended time. Do I have to do a 13 stud strat? Glad I practiced that on Tower of Astral Eclipse. Sort of. Trying out an alternative strategy for one of the jumps there. Probably. Off the corner, though. Is it just barely not possible without 13 stud strat? Can't believe that. That's so annoying that it just glitched out. I don't want to use the dev console because, like, even though it's still legit, and I think I'm perfectly justified to do that. How did that not work? Like, seriously. Okay. I did, like, hit it. I wasn't, like, close enough, but, well, I think that was a timing thing. I think like, you saw it like, slowed down my jump very briefly, which I think indicates it is possible. I just didn't quite time it right. I might be stuck for a while, though. That is true. Okay, whenever I get to the stupid button, we will, it'll be time for Roro's Kitchen. Use 13 stud strat? Alright, this isn't working, so may as well. I mean, it could, but... What, like off the corner, I guess? Now, what is that? It's like you turn 40... Okay. Try shift flicking on the first wall hop, then switching to camera wall hops. There's only one wall hop I need, though. I mean, I just need to hit any of the unanchored parts. So that, like, I can definitely wall hop from there to there. On the same wall hop? That felt good. I think that is the strat, if I just set it up a bit better. Oh, let's go. Now let's hope that doesn't happen again. It happened again. Okay, what is this? There, I can do that to get it going again. Okay, let's just really hope I don't miss it. There. Okay, it isn't stuck again, though. So, one more jump, and we're saved. Whew, alright. That mild catastrophe was avoided. Now let's just chill here and, what do we want? Dance 3 as I go make some breakfast. Alright, this will take roughly 2 minutes. Alright, I'm back. My selection was off-brand Frosted Flakes, so Honey Bunches of Oats, but without the oats, I guess. I don't know how cereal lore works. Also, just realized I had sound on this whole time. It was just footsteps, but, you know. Alright. And also, I rage baited by pouring the milk first. You'll see it in the video, I guess. Okay, this might be kind of disgusting with me eating near the microphone. I'll put the microphone a bit away. My voice probably won't sound as good quality, but we should be okay. Alright. Oh, right, okay. I thought I was safe, but I'm really not because I have the couple one-stud pulls over the void, which are easy, but they sure don't feel like it. Remember, I did this to myself. I built this tower. Ooh, oh, don't, okay. Probably wasn't smart to do that, but... Ooh. Okay, this button. Wait, isn't that supposed to send that across? Wait, no, it's not. Never mind. And keep an eye on my health as well. And also... food. My preferred milk to cereal ratio is off because I was rage baiting by pouring the milk first. Hold on, let me turn that. What? I had that on others. Maybe it does it not apply to newly joined players? I guess that's my first guess as to why that was happening. Luckily, it's easily fixable enough. I will take note of that and probably forget, honestly, but maybe I'll fix it eventually. Finally, somebody puts milk before the cereal. Now, the objectively best thing to do, hold on, is cereal first, milk first, then the bowl. Bowl last, yep. No, what? Ah! You gotta be... Oh. That's what I say about that. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that. I missed a one stud. Guess that's what I get for pouring milk first, huh? Eat some off-brand Frosted Flakes to cheer yourself up. Where the hell do you want that one? Roro eating stream, huh? Is /E laugh patched here? That's actually a good question. Yeah, it is. If I can type, I can't. Well, I can. Y'all Americans like y'all milk cold. Why would, what other way would you have it? I don't use milk in my cereal. Water and cereal. I don't use liquid in my cereal. I use soda. Trust me, you will get decided next. You should sleep. It's 8:50 a.m. Then again, I took a nap at 7:30 a.m. a few weeks ago. Had a good reason, though. Actually, there are many related stories to that I can tell. I should do that in the next part of the stream, though. I was going to do Tower of Astral Eclipse next. I'll do that after I finish rage eating my cereal. Which I am done now. Liquid uranium. Cereal and liquid uranium. Does Roro live in the northern U.S.? It's the same time as me, and I'm in Canada. Uranium. Yeah, with the Ring 6 release, in fact, one of the Roblox items, like, okay, so items are coming soon. Dad's clip out here for the funsies. There we go. There's a bit more space up here. Ah! What was I saying? I already forgot, I'll be honest. Oh yeah, uranium, okay. That was my needed retrieval cue, that's what it was. I was trying to remember what that term was. Like someone reminding you, or like anything that just reminds you of something, and then you remember, like, for example, reading to Epic Noob King's message, uranium, reminded me that I was talking about how in Ring 6, or in the Ring 6 release, there's going to be only 4 items added with that. More will come later, but the 4 added with Ring 6 are all Robux items. Gotta monetize the game somehow, you know? Because apparently premium payouts are gone forever. More items will come in the Ring 7 release, along with a system of coins obtainable by beating and rebeating towers, and also doing quests, which might come in Ring 7. They probably will. That I'm not fully committing to that, though, so don't quote me on that. So don't type, challenges are coming in Ring 7, Roro Studios. Don't say that. Yes, I'm engagement farming, yep. Why am I... Okay, I'm getting distracted again from my own point I'm trying to make. One of those items is going to be a uranium stick, and it's going to be a light item. And then one of the items coming in the Ring 7 release that will be obtainable with coins, I guess, will be a digestible plutonium stick. Alright, let's blast Tower of Astral Eclipse. Do I want to do a practice run of it? Tell you what, I'll practice it a little bit, like what I was struggling with yesterday. You can join me. I'll send this game link. Yeah. You might or might not end up in my server, but I think there's only one. You can also just join my profile directly. That's my username and display name. I have my joins on. Alright. See, I think now's the time I can be yapping about things, so let's see. We have a lot of good ones in the queue right now. So we can talk about Sup Festion, Toilet Jump Scare, Room Rearranging, or Taking a Nap at 7:30 a.m. Which do you want to hear? Obviously, let's settle this with democracy. Start a poll. What should I yap about? Sup Festion, Toilet jump scare. Room rearranging. I can't spell. And taking a nap at 7:30 a.m. Right, cool. Wow, people vote on that? About how this guy is the worst obbyist alive. If you're in Roro Studios stream, then you're automatically that automatically improves your obby skills. A study proved that. I love reading AI generated news articles that say or that cite their claims with a study. Like a study. They don't say what study. And by that, that's sarcasm. Why is AI doing anything? I'm telling you. Terminators are taking over Los Angeles 2029. Calling it now. Well, actually, James Cameron already called that, so... Wait, wasn't he... Who? Well, I guess it's whoever wrote the Terminator movie, which I think was James Cameron. I know he directed it. Right, okay, so that jump is stupid, and I hate it. Okay, well, that's 2 times in a row. When I can just use no clip between attempts, though, it's not too bad. It's when I have to redo, even though it's not that many jumps before it. It gets frustrating very quickly. Come on. And this jump is annoying, too. Okay, let's get it 5 times in a row. That's 1. Oh, okay, that's 9. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Posture check. Or posture check. What was that? That's 3 or 4. Let's say it was 3. Because surely I won't miss this one, right? There. Alright. So there's 5 or 6. I lost count, but I definitely hit my objective. I missed that a couple times, too, yesterday. Let me just make sure I'm good with that. Yes. There we go. That jump might look hard. It's really not. That one just requires kind of careful timing. Yesterday, my goal was to get here. And then I actually ended up getting almost all the way through this timed floor before I just loop failed and wasted the rest of my time. That jump is going to be the biggest obstacle in getting that far again. Because I just happened to... Like, this... I'd argue this is the hardest individual jump of the whole tower. So I lucked out last time. Like, I'd met my goal, so I was like, okay, let's just keep going. I'm probably going to fail this. But then I ended up landing it, and I was like, what? So, yeah, now there's no... Oh, well, it's fine if I fail it. Now it's like, I kind of need to actually land it, or else I'm going to say some things I'll regret. That might start with hashtag, 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 hashtag. I know I say don't flick, kids, but that honestly might be the best strat on there. If shift and spacing, yeah, shift and spacing feels significantly worse on that. Well, I'm gonna do a couple more than like 3. I guess that you have to turn your camera further. Well, wait, no, you don't. Wait, yes, you. Hold on. Wait, if you shift in space, you have to turn your camera 270 degrees. If you ladder flick, it's only 180. And I feel like the longer distance, or more degrees you turn your camera, the less likely you are to precisely turn it. Especially, like, not just ending up facing the right direction, but, like, make sure you are turning it at, like, the right speed and so on to, you know, turn around. Like, to wrap around the thing. I could also try going on the left. I feel much better about doing the right, probably. Yeah, I think so. I could try shift and space on the left, though. But that one felt good. That, 2 doing this one pretty consistently. I think I prefer right, though. I think I prefer right and flick. I think the small chance I get spited by doing a flick probably is better than, or probably is less than the chances of me failing doing this jump with shift and space. So that is the one exception to don't flick, kids. It's if the jump is really weird like this, then such that your chances of failing doing shift and space exceed those of getting RNG'd by flicking, then flick. Left side dominance. Everyone thinks it's whether you're right-handed or left-handed. It's not, because your mouse is in your right hand regardless. And also, clearly the reason is that shift log puts your camera to the right. Like, what else would it be? Okay. I probably should run the rest of this floor like once. Also, it looks like, hold on, what one? Toilet jump scare has won. Okay. Let me end the poll. And this probably won't end up in the video. I guess I'll go ahead and screenshot it anyway, though. Because for whatever reason, it doesn't, polls don't show up in live chat replay, which is very annoying. You should shift in space on that truss, or you can shift in space on that truss. I mean, yeah, I know I can. I just feel more likely to fail than I am doing flicking. But watch, that like 3 minutes I just spent nonstop doing that jump is gonna mean nothing when I fail it immediately as soon as I get to it for realsies. But if I can get past that truss section, well, maybe more like if I can get past this jump, remind myself where that actually is, and also remind myself that this is, you know, practicing that. Again, that was pretty much a fluke that I managed to land that yesterday. It's a very annoying jump, isn't it? Every jump here is annoying, yeah. Yellow path is objectively better, but I'm doing this for a skill boost, and this will be more of a skill boost than doing the yellow route. Can probably gonna fail that. Oh yeah, okay. Toilet jump scare. I mean, that's arguably the most boring of those because I was using the bathroom last night and then the toilet just like flushed itself without me flushing it, and that, why would it do that? It's obviously the ghosts that haunt my house at 2 a.m. Because, you know, I went to bed at 2 a.m. Then got 4 hours of sleep because I slept very bad. Which takes us right into the second most voted option on there. Room rearranging. I mean, you wouldn't think rearranging my room, because, you know, I'm using the same bed, wouldn't mean I sleep terribly. I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that I got up at 11 a.m. the previous day. Although 13 hours, wait, yeah, 13 hours awake. You know, it's probably long enough that I'd be tired enough to fall asleep, but apparently not. But the real point is, for the first time in like 7 years, I'm rearranging my bedroom. Yeah, where am I going with that? Good question. Oh, hold on. This is the jump. This is my PB. If I can land that in the real thing, then that will be a new PB. It's all in the timing. So I just gotta get good at that. So where do I want to jump? What if I jump like right as I go through that little square? Or well, it's more of a rectangle, isn't it? Probably that is a good timing. So I'll jump right. Yeah. If I just jump generally earlier than I have been, I can land that much better. Oh, that was way too early. Okay. Keep practicing that. Let's do it 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. Alright, nice. Well, we certainly don't want to be failing that. Almost did that wrong. Cool. Okay. One more thing I want to practice on that. Before we... Are you all jumping Tower of the Planets? Well, I was on a legit run, and then I failed a 1 stud and lost 60 minutes of progress. Practice red. I all jumped it. I probably should. Oh, wait, this is still... I need to reset this. Okay. Alright, so where were we? Okay, with the room rearranging. Yeah, where do I even begin? What was the first thing we rearranged? Well, first we just, like, did a bunch of room cleanup and moved stuff from shelves into boxes. Because there's a lot of just, like, piles of random junk in my room, such as on my desk most horribly. Which, by the way, my bedroom is not the place where, like, my recording setup is. It's in the living room. So, yeah. Like, I very rarely actually used the desk in my bedroom, which wasn't even really a desk. It was just a wooden square with 4 legs. Like, no, like, it was a square, first of all. Desks are typically rectangular. They also tend to have, like, drawers or something. This did not. And also, it was blocked on, like, 3 sides, or 3.5 sides, so it was barely usable, let alone the fact that it was 90% covered with random junk. So cleaning up such spaces as that was our first objective. And also clearing up a lot of dust, which is great because I love inhaling dust and having an allergy attack. So fun. Yeah, you want to know why I went to bed at a reasonable hour, like a day ago? I'm not going to hit that because I want to practice this part. Yeah, because stupid allergies, and I was really exhausted. Not from dusting, actually, because I know how bad that's going to end up, but from mowing the grass and inhaling grass dust. Usually I do wear a mask as I do that, so as to not inhale grass dust, but they're all, like, broken and also sweaty and disgusting, because I've used the same, like, 2 disposable masks for, like, 2 years of mowing the grass, which is nasty. So, yeah, I'm just like, I ain't doing that, but maybe I regret that. I definitely regretted that, but nothing 13 hours of sleep can't fix. And also this jump is stupid. The problem is that is in my way, and I literally can't see. If that was, like, semi-transparent, I think that would be so much better. But, well, complaining about it isn't going to fix anything. I probably just need to work with what I have. There, okay. Okay. You know what? Let's all jump here to the end. I feel like that's just smart. Maybe. And because it's probably better to yap about the room rearranging as I play this, as opposed to... Oh, right. Okay, that's not what we want to do. As opposed to... But right, this part is safety netted. Like, it just teleports you back here. And it does that for 2 floors. So, it'll quickly get loop faily. So I kind of want to avoid that, if at all possible. Right, okay, back to the room. So we did some dusting and stuff and removing all the furniture from in there so as to... well, no, not removing all the furniture, but, like, kind of disassembling it. Like, taking the drawers out of the Chester drawers. And, where's the thingy? There it is. And, wait, what? Wait, took things off shelves, removed the drawers from the dresser because the point of that is to make furniture easier to move around and also to clean it in the process. Like dusting and stuff. And rather than removing a ton of clothes from every drawer, just remove the entire drawer. So, yeah. Then we did some rearranging and... like, moves pretty much all the furniture around. I have a fish tank in my room. Did you know that? We didn't move that because it's very hard to move a fish tank, as it turns out. Because it's, like, extremely heavy. The only way to really do it is to, like, empty half the water, like, when you're cleaning it. Yeah, this is gonna go terribly if I get this far. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. If I get teleported, I'm going to be annoyed. Okay, I'm very annoyed. Yeah, so we just left the fish tank in the same place it's been for 10 years. Your position in line is 1. Yay. It's like trying to get the Star Creator item from the Classic event. Where you can't get, you just can't win, can you? Nah, the way those really need to just be coded by the people who make the game or the event is just make it kick you when you get it. It would really make everyone's life so much easier. You know, so that people don't have to sit in hour-long queues of hundreds of people because people are just getting the item and then just staying there. It was horrible. I had to wait for like 2 hours at like 2 a.m. Well, it could have been at any time, but, you know, you know my sleep schedule. And also, it wasn't that bad. I was building Tower of the Planets in the meantime. Building Tower of the Planets, yes. That was back in, well, May, right? Well, May 2024. What? Okay. You know what? Maybe this is good enough. I think this is enough practice. Whatever. Might come to regret leaving. Oh, and I know you were just in the... Okay, I'm sorry. Alright. Joining Zone 8. Did I get good RNG? Kinda. 60 is good. There's some more to talk about with the room rearrange, though. Okay, so at the moment, we haven't, like, reassembled all the furniture yet, because we're considering painting the room. Or repainting the room. Because, you know, it's been the same... Well, okay, Well, it's been the same my entire life, because the paint has been the same since when my parents set up the room when I was about to be born. Which was, like, a bicolor with beige on top and blue on bottom, like anything around here of the color blue that it is. It's like that color blue. I mean, color context might make it seem a bit off from what it actually is, but it's like a light gray-ish blue, slightly gray. And there's like a little border thing between it. It was like Snoopy themed for like the first 4 years of my life. Then it became like a Hot Wheels border thing. Like, it's like a sticker, a big sticker you put across the entire room. And that's how it remained for, well, from the age of 4 until now. Which I will not tell you how many years that was. But, like, through multiple rearranging. So it was, I am more than 11 years old. I will tell you that because 7 plus 4 is 11. So you can deduce that I'm at least 11 years old. But the Hot Wheels border there was there through multiple room setups. So the most recent room rearrangement being 7 years ago. Yeah. So I might do another sticker border. I would just do like a solid color one, which would probably be just paint it on there instead of... Okay, just hit 1 to go into no clip. That's not going to work. Like, I'd probably just paint a solid color border. And maybe paint the whole room also. Thing is, it's a lot of work to repaint an entire room. And it would also involve repainting the trim also, just because it's also very old paint that I don't think has been changed in my entire life. It's probably been like that before we even moved into this house. Right, I've lived in the same house my whole life, if you didn't deduce that already. Yeah, I think this is pretty clear indication this run is not going to go well, but we'll keep playing anyway. So yeah, to repaint the whole room and trim is a nightmare. But just to paint the border thing in the middle of the room between the two colors and leave the existing colors the same, which I like enough, I guess, and be done with it in like a day instead of like 4 days. It's pretty enticing of an option. Plus, I don't even know what colors I'd want to repaint it to. I definitely still want the bicolor with a border between. But what colors? Like, I definitely want it to be blue, yes, because Roro Studios blue. But, like, what other shade of blue would I do? Because, here's the thing. In the wall, we have this, like, gray blue. It's like a gray, slightly blue-ish kind of color. And in my closet, it's a, like, it's like a less gray blue. So, in turn, blue's gradiented from most gray to least gray would be the hall color, the closet color, and then the bottom of my bedroom color. Spread the news, Roro is 37. Roro is 67. Uh-oh. My age has been leaked. Not actually. Wow, great. So with that, I'm asking, what colors should I do? Right, because I don't want... I could just paint it the same as, like, my closet or something, but, like, I don't want it to clash. Not that that would really happen, because the closet is, like, a separate room, and the hallway is definitely a separate room. But still. I would like a darker blue might be nice, like a navy. The problem is, like, dark paint in a room just makes the room so dark, and my room is already pretty dark as is, just the way the lighting is. There's one window in there, and yeah, I mean, it's like such that closing the blinds and curtains, even in the middle of the day, it's like nearly as dark as it is at night. So, you know. Tell you what I need, neon pink walls with lime green trim. That would be so good. Or nothing, just repaint a solid color border and call it a day, which is a pretty enticing option too, as I said. So who knows? Okay, I should probably focus on the tower now, because yapping about this while playing has not gone particularly well. Boing. Was that what I failed a moment ago? I think it was. Something like that. No, it was this jump, I think, because I'm stupid. Or maybe it was that one. There. Alright, new PB for the day. After like 5 entire minutes. That's kind of sad. But surely all this loop failing doesn't make me super nervous on the parts I practiced. Well, it's safety net, isn't it? So never mind. I hate this game so much. I mean, I love this game. This game brings me so much joy. What? I hit that. I hit the bounce pad thing. Really? Boing on the truss. And can I hit the thing this time? Thank you. Okay, cool. Bounce on that truss. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go in that slot lodge. There. Now it's going a bit better. Oh, I should have climbed up the ladder a bit. That's okay. Okay. Why? You didn't know I was streaming? Well, it's significantly earlier than normal. Right, I've been streaming nearly 2 hours, and yet it's not even 10 a.m. yet. Where's the... Oh, I gotta call the elevator. Well, okay, what did you miss? Let's see. I was doing a Tower of the Planets run, and then I died 60 minutes in on Jupiter, like the second section. The 2 jumps between the 2 safety nets, I missed a 1 stud jump. That was fun. Now I'm doing Tower of Astral Eclipse with limited success. Okay, should I now tell the story of when I took a nap at 7:30 a.m.? If you define a nap as being you woke up and then... Well, okay, we need to clearly define what it is. Let's see. I think waking up, doing something significant with the sun up, and then going back to sleep. So, for example, I mean, doing something significant, that's definitely a place for being subjective, isn't it? Well, no, okay, it's waking up, doing something significant, and then... with the sun up afterwards. Doesn't necessarily have to be during whatever it was you were doing. The sun now up, if you go back to sleep, then that is a nap, as far as I'm concerned. Something significant would be like leaving your house to go do something. So like using the bathroom at 4 in the morning and then going back to sleep. Or even at 9 in the morning, because, you know, relative to most people's sleep schedules, 9 a.m. for me is like 2 a.m. for other people. And the sun is up by then, but I don't care. So like going back to sleep after that doesn't count. Bro, okay. But the reason I took a nap at 7:30 a.m. that one day that I made... I think it was on the same day I made the community post poll, which is, I think, still my most recent community post. I used to do daily community posts, but then I ran completely dry of ideas after like 2 years of doing that. So, you know, if I ever get some more in the tank, then maybe I'll start doing that again. It's got to recharge, I guess, my community post idea thing. Anyways. So that was that day that I got up at 4:30 a.m. to go climb a mountain. Average inspirational speech, huh? If I missed that, I would have said some choice words. Not really. It's a family-friendly channel. But I definitely would have hashtag. What the heck is toilet jump scare? I was using the toilet and then it flushed itself. And this was at like 2 a.m. So it was by the ghosts that haunt my house at 2 a.m. That's it. Yeah, pretty boring story. The story of climbing a mountain at 4 a.m. in the morning, though, that's a bit more exciting. Let's see. Okay. So it was part of a... Ooh, almost missed that. Okay. So it was part of church camp back in early July. So about a month ago. Which was a week spent in the mountains of, I won't say the state, but if you know anything about U.S. geography, you could narrow it down to a few states. It's in one of them mountainous states. Might or might not be considered a mountain state by the official definition of a mountain state, but it's mountainous. Said that in as many words as possible, huh? Trying to get the word count up, I guess. Yeah, so I went to go climb up a mountain. So it's a thing to do that every year, but it's not actually, I mean, technically nothing of is required during this week, but, you know, it's more optional than other things on the get up at 4 a.m. to climb a mountain. I'm not exactly a morning person, but I think this is worth it. Plus, the events of the week, each day beginning at 9 a.m. I think it was actually 8 a.m. last year. That was my second year doing this. Hold on, I should probably not be yapping, although sometimes yapping helps me and sometimes it doesn't. Like yapping distracts me from being nervous, sort of, but I'm not really nervous right now. Yet I do know the consequences of falling are probably about 30 more minutes of loop failing. So, okay. Let me get to the net, and then I will keep yapping. Okay. We're doing blue path, by the way. Where was I? Okay, yeah. So the climbing mountain at 4 in the morning is more optional. The idea is you see the sunrise. But, that's kind of false advertising. See, okay, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes to do the whole hike, which isn't too hard. It is when there's like, when you just go the whole time without stopping. But 20 to 30 minutes is, I love that I just fell. That's so great. And that's about how long it takes to go up. Yeah, and I also brought a drone to fly around. Yeah, I have a drone that records footage. It's not very high quality, but, well, like, the drone is good. Very easy to lose it in a cross breeze, though. And the video quality is like 480p at like 18 FPS. It's kind of terrible, but good enough, so that was fun. But see, light was already starting to, or the sky was already starting to light up, like, about halfway up the hike, and then it was, like, bright enough to look around by the time we got up there, at least reasonably. And then we stayed up there about, like, 30 more minutes for it to get even brighter. Like, probably just maybe not too much darker than it is just, like, the middle of the day with the sun high in the sky. But seeing the sun rise over the mountain, nah, that doesn't happen until, like, 8 a.m. or maybe like 7, but it was like 6 a.m. So, yeah, kind of a scam, but also that's like the best part of this whole church camp experience is getting to climb the mountain. Yeah, fun. Oh, right, yeah, okay, so having gotten up at 4 in the morning, then when I got back there, or got back to the house, it was 7:30 a.m., and nothing was really starting until 9 a.m. Wait, didn't I just get to this point, and then I fail? Hold on, oh my gosh. I don't even know where I'm trying to go with this. With the story, right? Right. Why did I take a nap at 7:30 a.m.? Because I got up at 4 a.m. That's the simple explanation. And the significant activity I did to make it be, by my definition, a nap was climb a mountain. Fun. Okay, let me not do something stupid here as I always do. There we go. Just line that up. Nice. Cope basement time. Fun. That's in the game chat, by the way. I'd motion with my mouse, but I was in shift log. Oh, there's like one more thing in the poll that I didn't talk about. Sup Festion. We'll save that for another day. It's probably the most or least voted poll for nobody knows what that is. Yeah, I'm probably gonna loop fill this till I rage quit, honestly. So, yeah. There we go. Jump to there, go on the edge, wrap around, jump like that. Okay. Now for the funny wrap. Very funny. No. If I miss that one more, I literally did not struggle with that a single hashtag time in practice place. Now I failed it 3 hashtag times in a row. That was too early. No, it wasn't. Never mind. Alright, surely I don't miss that. Almost did. Surely I don't miss this 4 times in a row. Surely. Nope. Oh, save. Okay. Thank you. Alright, finally. Climb. Trust flick. I hate this game. Surely doing this objectively worse path is better for the skill boost. I really hope it is. But there's really no way to know for sure, is it? Because what am I supposed to do? Go back in time and choose the other path and then compare them? Nah. Go in the lodge. Go like that. Nope. Why did... Oh my gosh. I probably could have made that if I'd have not turned back. I failed anyway, so that was very smart. I literally have not made it past floor 1 this entire time. Or not floor 1, but like floor 1 of this netted part. Yeah, I know, I do. I love that this tower is one of those super long final outside at the end, which is the only reason it's the difficulty that it is. Nope, save it, save it. Nope. You can just skip to the yellow path, floor 6 from the blue path. Oh wait, I don't think you're talking about this tower. Okay. Well. Yeah, because I was like, it's not, the final stretch definitely is not catastrophic difficulty. Wow. Yeah, I know there is that skip down to like the yellow path from the blue path. Does that really save anything though? And guess what? I just failed that again. Look, if I fail this like one more time, I'm giving up. I don't care. I didn't even get a new PB on Tower of the Planets either. Okay, lag almost killed me. That was fun. There. Surely I don't miss this easy jump for the 6th time in a row. Nope. Okay, I'm done with this. Not putting up with that. Just done now. Alright, Ring 6 development. Yay! Oh, I also never even changed the title. Oopsie. Bro, I was gonna, like, remember to, like... I was gonna remember to... Hold on. Give me a second. Steal the thumbnail and description from last developing SMToH Ring 6 Live. There. Alright, I'll have to refresh stream to see the changes, but there you go. I know you're just staring at a black screen. Alright. You know, actually what I think is probably more necessary is maybe the update to Tower of the Planets, if I'm being honest. Let's do, like... Let's see if we can resolve the problem we were having last time. Or last stream, yesterday. With quick teleport script. It should... I think the only reason we're getting an error is that this is Roblox Studio. Like the teleport thing doesn't actually work. But like, look, if I go setting, or wait, quick teleport. Try to teleport somewhere. It says unable to cast value to objects for this line. Which is like the most important one in the entire thing. So, I would... Let me look this up. Oopsie. I'm sorry. I forgot to change the screen. There you go. Okay, let's ask Google. Teleport service unable to cast value to object. Let's just see if that's what it does. Okay, I think that is actually an error, maybe. It should be a player object, which is game.players.localPlayer, right? Apparently not. Okay. What does this want? This wants place ID, which is a number, which indeed it is. Oh, because it wants a table of it, because why wouldn't it be a table for no reason? I mean, I can see why. If you want to do, I guess, okay, fine. If you want to, like, mass teleport many players at once with one call of teleport async. Fine. So we found the problem. I was missing literally 2 characters, but we've resolved it now. Hi, bro. Ever since you made your first tower creator video, I wanted to make a mini tower for your fan game. I love your vids. Hope you reach 10K soon. Thanks. Glad you enjoy my videos. Alright, let's see if this works now. Must be called from server? Of course it does. Of course it does. Okay, you know what that means? It's not actually that complicated, but it is adding more scripts that it just clutters everything even more than they already are. Lovely. Okay. I'm for sure going to need a remote event in replicated storage. Well, I guess it could maybe go in workspace too, I don't know. But replicated storage is best for it. I could maybe also put a script in here and put it as a child of that. But then the client can access the script, and not that that would really break anything, because like even if they delete it, that the server script is running on the server, that it wouldn't break anything. But it's just better to do a remote event. Oopsie, to do a remote event in here. Call it quick teleport. Then add a script to server script service. Let's call it, well, quick teleport script underscore server. Quick teleport script client. Where was that? There it is. Now it needs to be named like so. I don't want to do this. Whatever. Alright, teleport script. Don't worry, it's easy. Local replicated storage equals game get service replicated storage. Local, well, hold on, I'll tell you what we need to do first. Anti-exploit. We need to authorize these. Not that this even works anyway, but, you know. Authorized RS objects. We need to add quick teleport RE. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. So it should go here. Not that it matters the order they're typed here, but it's just easier to keep track of them and like delete and like find one if I need it if they're in alphabetical order. So quick teleport goes there. Then we also need to authorize quick teleport script. Hold on, QRS goes here. Quick teleport script underscore server, and make sure I spelled those right. Not that this works anyway, but it would, you know, quick teleport script underscore server. Yep. Then did I spell quick teleport correct? And indeed, that's what it's called here. Yep. All right, we can close that. Okay. Local, what is it? Quick teleport RE for remote event. Hold on. Wait. Do a return right there. That's how I like to keep these organized. Equals replicated storage. Wait for child. Quick teleport, not quick reset. Quick teleport. Then we do. Oh, we're gonna need teleport service too. Equals game get service teleport service. Then we do quick teleport RE dot on server event connect function player. Player is all we need. Wait, no we don't. That's not all. We need player and we need where we're gonna fire with this remote event. Place ID. We'll put it in all caps because I had it as such. Well, no. Let's do it like that. That's better. Okay. Then we literally do teleport service, teleport async. Who are we or what we're doing? Place is like reverse order, kind of weird, but player has to be first here. Place ID has to be first here. That's just the way Roblox made it, but it's fine. Then, as we discovered, this needs to be a table, and then we need player. Okay. Then, yeah. These prints, they aren't necessary for, or they aren't required for it to work, but makes me feel a bit better. Ooh, yeah, okay. You know what? That's just gonna. We'll be fine. We'll just leave it like that. Okay. So now we don't want it to do. We're basically now going to replace this in the client-sided script with with a call of the remote event. So replicated storage equals game get service replicated storage. Then, so usually I'll define my servi in the order you see here in Explorers, then anything else, which usually there's only 1 or 2 services I use per script that aren't one of these. Fine. Then I do like separated, or then I do a line break, and then like go in order of things for like which of these I'm using. So like local players for players, fine. So now I'll do a line break and now do everything I'm getting from replicated storage, which here is just one thing, which is quick teleport RE for remote event equals replicated storage, wait for child, quick teleport. And then that, whatever, it's fine. It kind of seems like pointless line breaks at the moment, maybe, but when we have a script with a lot more services and a lot more of these, it's nice. It's not that important, though, in the grand scheme of things, because it makes no difference. It just... Anyways, so now, when you click the button, we're going to go teleports... Or wait, no, we're not. We actually don't need teleport service here, because it doesn't even let you do that from the client, because... Stupid, apparently. Alright, and all we need to do is go quick teleport RE, fire server, and what... It needs to match up with that place ID. So we just need to do... Oh, okay, hold on. We need to go back to what I just had it as a second, just for a moment. Place... There we go. There. Okay. Look at this with specific examples. So when you click the button called Ring 5, what that's going to do is it's going to say, okay, you clicked it. Now we're going to fire this remote event with the information of... Go to this table, find its entry named exactly the same thing as the text button, which would be that, and that is associated with this value, so it's going to pass along to the server that string of digits, which is the place ID for ring 5. Go over here, and we find that we're going to teleport where? We're going to teleport to here. Who are we going to teleport? Just one player. It needs to be a table, because I guess that's what Roblox did, so you can mass teleport many people at once. Sure. Now, maybe this will go without any errors, except one that perhaps says clearly that doesn't work. Yeah, okay. Because so the teleport failed because cannot teleport in the Roblox studio. That's what we want to see, indicating everything else is working fine. So once I publish this version of Ring 5, it'll be fine. By the way, I know this is Ring 5, but the title says Ring 6. Well, most of the Ring 6 update, most of what its video is going to be about, will be things like this, like additional updates to SMToH that are fine to do in like they're fine to get them working in Ring 5, such as quick reset. So, hold on. I had a list of everything I'm adding. Okay. It's a very long list, but we have checked off the first thing, which was quick teleport. I'll indicate to myself I did that one by highlighting it green, or coloring the text green. Okay. The game passes is kind of a fun one, but it's also not, because it's going to be annoying. Let's see. We also got ring select. That's a whole other thing that we will not be doing that right now. And a bunch of bug fixes, that's boring. How about we do add the friends, you, and all options for invis players. Also fix a bug where if you have it on others, then it doesn't hide new players who join. That was a bug I discovered was in the game earlier as I was playing Tower of the Planets, so let's fix that now. Wait, they're not spectate. It's what is it? It's in settings. Okay. That's the horrible script to deal with because it's extremely long and confusing. Yay. Okay, well, settings screen, it's settings script. Isn't there like 2? No, it's that. Okay. Let's figure out what on earth is going on with these 365. It'll take you a year to get through the lines if you read one per day. Unless it's a leap year. Okay. So we define all our things. We can kind of just skip over that. Fine, whatever. Okay. Get all the settings from the save data when the player joins or respawns. Fine. If the settings table is nil, which happens when the players just joined the game and the profile hasn't been created yet, wait 1 second and try again. And then we got a bunch of prints. Some of these you might, if you open the dev console, you'll see a lot of these. There are a lot of prints that I kind of don't need anymore, but never deleted. It's fine, whatever. Store some of the settings as _G variables so other scripts can access them. Ooh, wait, you know what I need to do? For better communication to myself, fired by quick teleport script _client. Just indicate to myself who's listening for these. I always do that. It makes debugging so much easier once you forget where all the remote events are, which can very easily happen as you get so many scripts or wait a couple months between updates. That is very much worth taking the second to do that, now that I thought of it before I forget. Okay. Local function to make a player appear invisible. This is important for our goal here. A function to make a player appear visible, yep. And then we get set all the settings when the player joins the game or respawns. Settings table, invisible. Hide all the players except local player. This is when you respawn. Okay. What we're looking for is when do we call hide player? Presumably, the problem that causes, like, if you have it set to others and then new players join, they're not hidden, is that we're not calling hide player again. Remember, hide player simply hides the player you pass, right? Yeah. So we're calling hide player for everyone except local player if you have it on when you join the game and respawn. Where else is this function called? Only there, really? Wait. Hold on. We define it there. We do that when they join the game and respawn, and way down here. And then when you click the button to set it to others. Okay. So all we need to do is that we just need this script, setting script, listening out for when a new player joins, we hide their character if the setting is on. Okay. Only problem with that is it's just going to clutter up the script. Like, this is a pretty chaotic script already. It's about as organized as it can be. Like, let me try collapsing some of these. That'll hopefully make this a bit nicer to look at. Just by how long it's taking me to do that is not a good sign. Almost done, I think. Yeah. Okay. And it's still very long. Okay, whatever. So we define our functions. We set everything when you join the game. Then we have the events. These are, I think every single one of these is mouse button, one click. Yeah. Oh, wait. Not that one. That's its own thing, though. That's okay. Since making a character invisible when they join the game, if the player has the thing on, that when they join the game is the event, thus it should go under events, more specifically underneath this, because that's right next to the stuff dealing with invisible players. Okay. I think I have players defined already. Yes, players.playerAdded connect function player who just was added. Okay. So, wait, we haven't defined that anywhere else, have we? At least within the scope of this, like not up here. No, just within other functions. So like that won't break anything. Fine. Okay. So now we need to check if you have invisible players on. We could check the content of the text label in the settings menu. That seems like not the good solution. Checking what it is in your settings, though, yummy. That's better. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Okay, we get the settings table when they when they join. Settings table, fine. The problem with using that is if after they respawn, then they turn on invisible players, then if we check the settings table variable, that's gonna say it's off, even though it's actually on. Well, wait. Update set. We do update the setting. We just need to check the latest version of it, which settings table is not. Local updated settings table. I feel like that's just gonna, like, doing this is just gonna lead to more problems of, like I'm gonna end up doing this a bunch of times, and that's just gonna be kind of stupid to get an updated one every time. Like, I feel like I'm gonna have a whole bunch of those, and like, what's even the point of settings, or the first one up here at the top? Well, let's think about that. On these, remember, all these events, except for that one, but that's its own thing, these ones all are based on what's on the text label. The thing I shut down the idea of immediately a moment ago. But that's kind of okay, I feel like, because, like, you're looking at it. Hold on. There's a little wait when you first join. Or maybe it's when the game first starts. I don't know. It's a thing, yeah. Like, see, looking at what that text is and then just changing it accordingly, that seems fine to me because you're looking at it, but, like, having it, like, hidden and then using that seems like things are going to go wrong. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it still says 5, doesn't it? But, well, If I go to invisible players, this one, the text should say others, right? Oh, wait, the other one. Invisible players button. That should say others. Yes, it does. Yeah, I think we can reliably assume that like, we can use that as a reference of what it's currently set to. Okay, so this updated settings table maybe is... Perhaps I treated looking at the text too harshly. Another thing to consider, though, perhaps, is that what if an exploiter, since they can edit their own player GUI, changes it to say something that isn't off others, friends, or whatever else I'm going to add. That's what I'm also going to add. I'm going to get to that. Right now I'm fixing this bug, though. If it's that, then it would probably just error out this, and since it's within an event, it won't break the whole script. It'll just, like, stop doing this part. Fine. That's not... It'll be okay. Maybe I should code it first to see exactly how, though. Okay, so when a player joins the game... How did I define... Let's see, invisible... Wait, which one... Invisible players. Where is that? Oh, wait, no, settings screen. Invisible players button. Yeah. If settings dot blah, 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 that's what we want. If settings, if it says not off, but if it says others, then. So if a player joins and you have it so that other players are supposed to be invisible, then hide player. Function to make a player invisible for the invisible players option. It's smart enough to figure out that comment I put just above the function indicates that. So, you know, it's probably best to just scroll up to here. Yeah, we only need the player to hide. I already knew that. I was just checking. Who are we hiding? The player who just joined. Maybe just for a little bit of extra clarity, let's just say player who joined. I don't know. Normally I'd do player, but that makes me feel better. Okay. Not really a great way to test that in Studio. Let's just say print hid concatenate player who joined dot name, so that it's a string. That's why the dot name is there. And then let's put one just before, in case something goes wrong in Studio. I'm gonna want to see, well, did it even fire this function properly? I can see if it printed hiding player who joined. Then after, if it successfully runs this, then it will it'll print that. So if it prints both of them, everything went according to plan. Cool. I will save. Okay, so that fixes a bug with the invisible players. Not really a bug. I mean, it is, I guess. You could consider it one, but it was a thing I didn't consider when I first made it. But now that I've considered it, it really was a simple fix. I just had to put some thought into making sure I did everything how I wanted to. Cool. Now we need to make a setting for this for friends, others, or friends, you, and all. Okay. That's going to be changes I want to make for this. Wait, hold on. I might have like a model I can follow in one of these other settings. Give it a second for loading in. There. Okay. Are there any of these that like cycle between multiple options? No. Like the clicky ones. They don't, like this doesn't cycle. This cycles, this one doesn't. Nor do the other ones. So this is gonna be the first time I code one where like you click it when it says off, it goes to others. You click it when it says others, it goes to friends. You click it when it says friends, it goes to you. Click it when it says you, it goes to all. Click it when it says all, it goes back to off. So that's just gonna be a bunch of if then statements. So let's see. If you click it and it currently says off, hide all. That means you're setting it to others. Let me put this in comments. We'll put them off to the side. Off. Let's say. What's like the character? There we go. Off. Well, let's do that. Off to others. Else, currently that is others to off. We're gonna want that to be others to friends. But we'll say others. Well, yeah. So we're going to need this later. Why did I click insert? We're going to need this code later, so just comment it out for the moment. We basically need to model it after these, though. So if it currently says others, then we're going to want to go following this line, setting screen dot invisible players button dot text now equals friends. Then we also need to change the color. What color do we want it to say friends? Let's use a little RGB picker thing. Set others in yellow. I think friends should be blue. Let's go like, kind of like this color. Well, maybe like cerulean. There we go. I like that color. Okay, then, so yeah, the way these all work is change the text, actually do the thing, and then save it to the settings. That's what all of these else ifs are going to look like. So let's just go ahead and do the settings. They all look like this. Save this updated setting to your save data. So we're changing the invisible player setting. It now needs to be friends. Here it was off. Here it needs to be friends. Now comes the hard part, or the hardest part, of figuring out who in the server is on your friends list, making everyone that isn't on your friends list. Or wait, no. We don't want it to be friends. We want it to be non-friends that get hidden. In Ito, it says not friended. I kind of prefer, I think non-friends just looks a bit nicer. There, make sure I did that all right. Just know all these have nons before them. Yes. You know, just so I don't, like, forget one of them, and then we have some big problems later on. So non-friends get or who's getting invisibled. Here's the part where we need to do that. This I don't know how to do, but it's probably very simple because I know you can. Roblox, see who, or see Roblox Studio, see if a user is on your friends list. Okay. Dev forum post. I'm unable to find anyone making custom leaderboard with checking a friend. I don't know how to check if it's friends because when I okay. Most likely it's some sort of, yeah, if player is friends with, okay, it's a method of the player object. When I say player object, I mean this thing in players. So we're gonna need to go for underscore player in pairs, players get children. This is just like up here. Do. If player is friends with, is that not, oh, never mind, that's not a thing. Apparently is friends with is not real. Like the dev forum I'm looking at, it says there's a method that's called that, but clearly there isn't, because it's not like autofilling it. Connections, nah, surely it's not called that, or sure they didn't rename it. They didn't. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna make all non-connected players be invisible. Get friends async method in Roblox is used to fetch a player's friends list, but it does not have any events or hooks that notify the script when a change in the friends list occurs. However, so get friends async is maybe what I'm looking for, because that's a function of players. Okay, let's try this. If players get friends async, it says in the autofill, I don't think you guys can see this, it says returns a friend pages object which contains information of all the given players' connections. The user ID, we want player.userID, as in player who, or all we're doing this for every player in the server. Right, we're gonna have to modify this too, because we're gonna have to check. It'll depend on what, you know, setting you're on. Like if it's friends, then we want to see if they're a friend. If they're whatever, I might be able to put that within this event. It would work better probably to do this, or maybe I could do like a connect disconnect thing. I think that's just a can of worms I don't want to open. So we will not do that then. Definitely get connections. It sure would. Is it get? There's no. It's not autofilling it. There's no get connections. Wait, but it doesn't know that's a player object. That's probably the problem. Because this is just a. This doesn't matter. Okay, let's say if local player, just for the moment, get friends online. Get connections. That's not, it's not autofilling that either. Okay, hold on. Wait, no, sorry. We're not looking for get friends. We're looking for is friends with. There we go. There, see how it's autofilling it? Or, well, I actually don't think you could see that, but it did. So, is friends with is indeed a function. It just wasn't showing that when I said player, because the Roblox code autofill thing doesn't know for sure that player is, in fact, a player object. That is one of these. Okay, now we have that. So, is friends with, and then what does it want in here? It'll tell me in the autofill thing, hopefully. Okay, maybe not. It probably, I think it's, hold on. Is friends with Roblox. Just Google it. Yeah, just a user ID. Okay. So player is friends with local player.userid. Local player being, you know, like this is running for say I'm the one who set it to friends or non-friends. That's so is the player we're checking friends with me? And then I think that returns true or false, right? Yeah, it returns false. Equals true or equals false because we want to apply hide player to the people who you're not friended to. Hide player. Okay. I think that's all we needed. Just confirmation that that actually exists, which it does. Then update it. Fine, we did that. Next, we need another else if. We're going to need a lot of these. Settings screen dot invisible players button dot text equals non-friends then. And this is going to be non-friends to, what did I say was next? All, I think? Model it just after these. We can go change the text here to be all. No, wait, it was going to be you. You is next. So we're not changing the text to that. We're changing it to you with the spaces for comedic effect. So we change it to that. Then what do we want? We want this. And we want, I'll say it's red. Only thing is that's the same color as the off. What if I make off be white? I think I like that. Off will be white. This will be red. That's blue. I'm not very smart. There. 255 0 0. Okay. That means we want to make it so that off is not... Wait, off is yellow. Wait, no, others is yellow. We didn't even say off yet. Well, we said off down here. So make that be white, which would be that color. That's in a comment, so it doesn't matter at the moment anyway, but anyways. Then update the setting accordingly to be now you. Spaces shouldn't break anything. That's fine. Roblox stocks are now going down. The function is not called is connected. Okay, so now we just need to... Ooh, okay. Something I just realized. Show all players. We need to show the players who are supposed to be shown. Because if we just hide them all, then that shouldn't be that hard, actually. Let me review how show player works. I think it just takes a player and then, yeah, that's easy. All that means is when we turn others off, or no, when we turn it to others, because it's going to start with off, we already know everybody's already visible. So, fine. This doesn't need anything. When we go from others to non-friends, it's probably easiest just to show everyone and then re-hide everyone. So if I just do show all players, hide players not on your friends list. Not on your connections list. We'll say friends list. Just feel like comments aren't the place for fun and games, usually. Sometimes it's funny, but this is a horrifically long script. Anyone looking at this just wants it to the point, I feel like. Anyone being probably me in the future. So, yeah. Okay. Hide players not on your friends list after showing all players. Okay, hold on. Okay, back. Yeah, so really all I need to do is just put this right before there. Okay, fine. So we show all players. Now we do hide local player. Hide yourself. So all I just need to do is hide player, local player. So there, so that's all we're doing. Only way I think this could bug out is maybe it'll get confused if we show all players and hide them at essentially the same time. If that becomes a problem, I'll just add a wait of like 1 second. No one will probably notice. I might also do like 0.5 seconds if, you know, whatever. Okay, so that is you as the thingy. Now we need another else if. Else if that is you. If it's currently on you, then. And this is going to be you to all. All is the next one. So then we want to change this accordingly. All, we can make that be blue. I like blue. Or do I want it to be cyan? Let's go blue. I like blue. Then spaces don't make a difference, but to be consistent, we'll put the spaces. Okay. So now show all players again. Technically, I could just put show local player. That would save on a slight bit of processing power, but nothing significant. And, you know, maybe you're like clicking them really fast. This would just maybe be better for that. No, I didn't want to click that stupid AI helper thing that doesn't even work. Okay, so all. Show all players, hide all players. Wait, but if everyone's about to get hidden, then this doesn't matter. So, fine. Hide all players. So this needs to be hide player. Everyone. So we're not putting a check here. Are they on your friends list? Are they someone other than yourself? It's everyone. We're hiding everyone. And then update the setting accordingly. And one more. Else if setting screen dot invisible players button, or just copy paste it. What am I doing? Equals all. Then this one's going to be all to off, right? It's called off, not none or anything like that. Yeah, just off. That's where this code comes back in. We change it to say off. We make it be white. We show all players. Save it to the settings, and call it a day. All right, let's ensure that off, whichever one it's setting to, matches up here, so that this matches this. Others, non-friends, non-friends, you, all. Where's off? Oh, off. I think that should work. Let's see if it cycles through them properly, and then we'll also test spam clicking it. Come on. There. Okay, invisible players is on others, because that's what it was. We'll check saving in a minute. all, off, others. Does it indeed make myself invisible? Apparently it doesn't make the particle. Oh, wait, yes, it does. It just, you can still see them, the existing particles for a minute. All, that should keep me invisible. Okay, what happens if I spam click them? Probably in a crowd of users, it will be best to do the spam click test or really just test all of them, which is something that's not easy to do in Studio, so I won't worry about it. Let's try this. If I set it to non-friends, leave the game, and rejoin, it should be non-friends when I come back. Then we gotta wait 5 seconds until it prints. There we go. Settings. Apparently I still have to keep waiting. What is going on? Why is that on off? I had it on non-friends. Okay, let's try it on all. Why would it be resetting it to off? That is quite odd. Oh, wait, did I copy paste that every time? If you click it, no. Okay, let's check update setting. Or wait, it's called... What listens to those? The fire servers. Where's that even defined? Oh my gosh. Now I lost it. Update setting. This is why I put the that. I think it's manager caller though. I think that's the script that's listening. Yeah, updates. There we go. We need player, setting name, setting value. So for some reason, that is not properly firing. Okay. But why? It should do that whenever you... Maybe it's something with... It's a problem with manager, not... Like, I need to edit it so it can accept... You know, the new ones I added, all non-friends, etc. Hold on, what is this actually called? Update setting. So we're looking for that function. There it is. Profile equals, it just sets it to the new value, so it shouldn't matter. Make sure the setting stays the same type of value. So if it's supposed to be a number, make sure it's being changed to a number. So, like, if setting is invisible players, which is supposed to be a string value, right? Maybe I have it as true or false saved. I don't think I do, but I might. Now, didn't I have a test script that, like, print? Of course, I deleted it. Okay, hold on. Why would it not be working? Maybe I should just deal with this later. But, nah, let's figure it out now. Desktop, find the file. Yes, it's on the desktop, but not actually. It's in a folder on the desktop. Where is it? Testing dump is the name of the Roblox Studio place. Roro, have you checked bug reports? I have not. I saw there was a ping. Tower stats doesn't work in Tower of the Planets. Uh-oh. Yeah, there are print data. Here it is. Okay. Found the thing in testing dump. Why don't I just put that there and then just disable the script? That's what I'd do if I were smart. Instead of having to reopen testing dump every time. Right, so after a few seconds, it should print this. Ooh, okay. That prints my tower stats. That's not what I want at the moment. We don't want tower stats profiles, we want settings profiles. Okay, this will help us see what's... See, that says invisible players. It is... I see. It is being saved. It's not being updated properly. Or it's not updating. We didn't make the necessary changes to this to make it say whatever is in there. It is saving it properly. Okay, so that means we need to do the this part under set all the settings when the player joins the game or respawns. We need to go find invisible players for that. Enable LDM. No. Here. No, that's under the events. Where's the one for invisible players? Is there not one? Oh, wait, no, it's right here. If it's currently off, remember, we're using settings table, which since you just respawned, that means it's up to date. Or joined, but same thing. Right, okay. So basically, we can kind of effectively reuse all this code. Sort of. It won't be exactly the same, but then it's gonna be the same check if they're a friend or not, and then hide them accordingly. Same sort of checks like that, which is kind of redundant to do that all again. But you know what? I think it's okay, because it's gonna be different enough. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna comment all this out, and then just type it up again in a similar way. But look, I'm gonna be looking here. So we're gonna do if settings table dot invisible players equals off, then it's probably gonna be just about the same. Then set the text to say off, even though it's that by default anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Make the text not red, but white, as that's what I decided will be the color for off. Then do nothing, actually, because you just joined, wait, they might still be invisible from a previous spawn. Or, like, if you respawned, oh, wait, no, because you wouldn't, like, have it on others and then spawn with it off. Could that happen if you changed it as you die, though? No, you'd respawn and it would still be off, but it would be... Wait. No, it should be fine. If it breaks, feel free to try and break this and like click it as you respawn. See if you can get that, and then all I can do is just... I might need to make it show all players here, but I don't think so. We finished the Ring 6 lobby while Ring 5, Soul Crushing, and Citadel aren't done, neither is Ring 4. Well, I have another job for you guys, and it could be the Ring Select. Although, there is a quite specific way I do want that build. I probably should get to work on that, honestly. Like, you guys can help. Yes, I'm not saying you can't, but I definitely need to be a bit more help with that than I was for the Ring 6 lobby. I put like 2 parts in the whole Ring 6 lobby, so I'm very impressed with you guys' work on the lobby. And to everyone else, let me just tell you, it's very good. You won't want to miss it. Like, it's so good that I won't show it, except maybe in the Ring 6 video, which... You know, like, I want it to be a surprise when you join the game. I guess I'd end up showing it in the Ring 6 video, though, so you'd probably see it then, wouldn't you? That's a problem for another day, though. If settings table is invisible, then do that. We don't... Yeah, now we need to do else if. Else if settings table dot invisible players is... Technically, it doesn't have to be in the order it cycles through them, but that would be the most obvious thing to do. Is others, then that's just gonna look like this. Do that and make everyone else invisible. Else if... Wait, is this looking an awful lot like this? Where is that? See, it's hard to find what you're even looking for. No, wait, it's not the same because this one, like, changes it based on what it's saying. Like, see how it says off here and others here? But up here at the top, it says off here and off here, others here and others here. It's not exactly the same. It's different enough that it justifies not, like, making a big function for it all or anything like that. So else if settings table dot... What's the next one? Or, no, wait, there's settings... If that's what was after others, it was non-friends, I think, right? Others to non-friends, yes. If it's non-friends, then update this accordingly. Make it that color. Wait, we can just do that. Oh yeah, another difference is that we're not updating the settings, because we're just reading from the settings. We're not changing the settings, if that makes sense. Okay. Next up, else if that, but not non-friends, if it's whichever one was after non-friends, which I think was you, yeah. Is you, then if well, wait, set it accordingly. So find where it says you down here. Where's that? There it is. Control C. Wait, we need this too. Scrolling through all this is very annoying. There we go. Hide players not on your friends list. Well, show all players, then hide all on your friends list. But again, you just respawned, so... But, wait. If we assume... Wait, hold on. If we assume that when you die, or when you respawn, you have your invisible player setting to the same thing you died with it at. The only reason that wouldn't be the case is if you changed it as you were respawning or something. So in theory, that you would think that could justify just changing the text on respawn, but keep in mind this also is if you join. If you just joined, everyone's visible by default. So if it's non-friends because you had it saved from a previous session, that's why we need to do this. But it's not, we don't need to show players as a sort of fail-safe. Even though I get the feeling it's not very safe from failing with that. I don't know, I just have that feeling. Maybe a problem, I don't know. The only reason I could think the showing players might be necessary would be something along the lines of changing it as you respawn. I think we'll just see if that bugs out and then change it if necessary. That's probably not the best practice, but whatever. If it breaks, all you gotta do to get it back to normal is just click it and change it normally, which will run the code that does involve showing and re-hiding them. That was down here. Okay, so we have you, and then show all, or no, we just discussed you don't need that. Hide all play, or hide local player, so hide yourself. Else if, which one is after you? I think it was all. Yeah, then we do this. And if you just respawned, then you wouldn't need that function to run. Oh, wait, delete that. We don't need that. And, wait, I don't think I can delete that yet. Okay, and then last one, after all is off, right? Or none. I think I said it was, I asked the same question before. Hold on. All to off, yeah. Go ahead and do that. One more. It's, hold on. Else if settings table. I can't copy it. Okay, settings table dot invisible players. Invisible players equals off. Then what was that up? Was that up here? Oh, it was. Okay, so I actually don't need that at all. The one for all is the final one. Let's confirm I did all this right. When you join or respawn, if in your settings save it's off, we want to set it to off, and we want to set it to white. I might need to make it show all players, but I don't think so. If it's others, make it say others and set it to yellow. And then hide all players except local player. If it's non-friends, make it say non-friends, make it cerulean, then hide all players that aren't on your friends list. If it's you, make it say you and make it red, hide local player. If it's all, make it say all, make it a dark blue, and then hide all players, every player. That's all of them. I think that should work. Let's see. Remember it said that was a good sign. So it just made my character invisible. It said all right there. Because it's saved as all, and if I open my settings, look at that, it says all. I can turn it off, I can turn it others, I can turn it to non-friends. Ooh, wait, you don't want it to hide yourself if you do that. Okay, I will fix that. It hides you, presumably it doesn't hide anyone else. Let me try rejoining. Do you notice it didn't hide my character immediately? Now, I don't remember if that's anytime anyone joins the game, like even if the server's been running a while, or when the server first starts, it has that 5-second delay. I think it's 5 seconds. It's about 5 seconds. I think it's for every player, and the reason for that is it ensures your profile loads in. And for practical purposes, you really don't need, like it's fine. Like, you don't need it immediately enabling all the settings. Like, a 5-second wait is perfectly fine, if you ask me. We can clear out some of these. Okay. So, what was the bug I just found? It was that non-friended. You're not your own friend. So, what I need to do is go find non-friends. Hide all players not on your friends list. Let's reword that. Hide all players that aren't on that aren't yourself, nor are they on your friends list. So, if player is friends with, that is false. So, if not friended, or player is local player, then. So if the player, like, okay, suppose we're on Jimbo Bob as we're iterating through all the players in the game. If he's not friends with you, well, if he's not your friend, or he's yourself, then hide, wait. Or player is unequal to local. Who do we want to hide? We want to hide non-friends and non-yourself. Yeah, it's just weird Boolean logic with like negatives and stuff, but I think this is it. We want it to hide you if either of these is the case, then you get hidden. If you're non-friends or you're yourself. What if do I need to make that and? I think and would actually work too, but this is what we're looking for. Now I just need to change that down at the bottom as well. Change the comment, and then change the conditional statement, that one, which is just copy pasting. Just check this one more time. If the player is not on your friends, or they are not yourself, let's just test it, see if it works. Load. I think I had it on you, so yeah, that's expected. All, that's expected. Off, that's expected. Others, that's expected. Non-friends, that didn't work. Why would it do that? Wait, I think it needs to be and, not or. If it's looking at me, then yes, I'm not my... Yeah, it needs to be and. That I see now. Where's the other time I said that? This is a really long script. And there it is. Okay, give it a few seconds to load. I'm also probably going to end the stream in just a few minutes once I get this working. Non-friends does not hide you. You, it does hide you. That's expected. All, it does hide you. That's expected. Off, it doesn't hide you. That's expected. Others, it doesn't hide you. That's expected. Non-friends, it doesn't hide you. That's expected, and that's what we just fixed because it was doing that wrong before. Awesome. It's now working. We've added one more thing to ring 6 that was needed. Okay, so that's fixed in ring 5. Well, added. It's with adding. Hold on. Just taking note that this is only in ring 5, not Tower of the Planets. Yeah, so with the addition of with the adjustments to invisible players, which actually I'm probably just gonna, yeah. Even though I had this in mind for like part of the ring 6 update, it'll just come in the next place version of ring 5, which I do need to get out sooner rather than later because this tower was updated. Hold on, turn off low detail. This one. And I want to get that implemented as soon as possible. But now that I've made the changes to quick teleport and settings, it'd be kind of pointless to like undo them for releasing V27. So I'll just include them. Fine. It'll be a pre ring 6 release quality of life thing. And I guess I also need to get those working in Tower of the Planets. So you can expect those soon, like within a week probably, hopefully. Before the full ring 6 release. So that's going to end the stream. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future live streams or videos. That's pretty much it. So I'll see you in the next video and have a great day.